What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Pastor Wes, and I have another 5-minute Bible study for you. I just want to ask you a question. Have you heard of what Jesus said in Luke chapter 16, verse 13? It's very simple. He said this. He said, "You cannot serve both God and money." Now, I know what a lot of my friends who are big proponents of capitalism and, making money through business and things of that nature. Look, I am a business owner myself. I am somebody who goes out and works as hard as I can to earn a living for myself, for my family, to try to make sure that I have the type of life that I'd like to live now, and also to have the opportunity to be generous in a lot of different ways, right? So I have nothing against that. But the thing is that when Jesus was making this statement, when he said that you cannot serve both God and money, he was trying to check our heart condition to help us to understand where our allegiances lie. The reality is there's nothing wrong with making money, but it is important how you do it. I think that when we live in a society where corporations tend to cut corners or do things that are improper, or maybe they take advantage of labor and don't do right by the people who work hard for their organizations. When those types of things happen, it is difficult for me to not look at the idea that perhaps money has become more important than the integrity that we're supposed to exhibit. So when Jesus says that you're not supposed to serve, or you cannot serve both God and money, he's saying that you have to choose. You have to either choose the integrity that God has called you towards, or you can choose to pursue money by any means necessary. You can choose to honor the Lord your God through your service and the way you conduct yourself, or you can choose to pursue money no matter what it costs you or other people. The fact is that we tend to like our stuff a lot more than the person who gave us the ability to get the stuff in the first place. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that, we have to choose. We have to choose to love our God more than we love our money. It means that if there is some shady, underhanded way through which we're going to get that money, we shouldn't pursue that, because in effect it would dishonor God. It means that if we are going to pursue wealth creation, we ought to do it in a way that recognizes that there are those who are without, that we ought to also try to lift up in some way, shape, or form. Because after all, Jesus, when he fed the 5,000, he wasn't giving everybody a receipt. When he healed the lepers, he didn't send them a bill for their insurance company. And again, I'm not disrespecting or saying that there's anything wrong with making money, but what I am suggesting is that we got to be very careful that money doesn't become an idol that we place above God. Because God is going to judge us by our fruit. He's going to judge us by how we loved one another. He's not going to judge us by our bank account. Your net worth is not going to be the determining factor as to whether or not God is going to say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Your money is simply the way we keep score here on earth. But in heaven, the way we keep score is by how many people were loved and welcomed. Did you welcome the stranger? Did you take care of the foreigner or the orphan or the widow? Did you visit the person that was sick? Did you take care of the least of these? Those are the things. That is the currency of heaven. And while we try to fight over how we're going to measure our currency totals against one another, God is simply trying to figure out, have you loved your neighbor as yourself? So I guess all I'm trying to say to you all is just, be mindful of that. Don't lose sight of the fact that God is not looking for us to accumulate wealth at all costs. He's taking a very different calculus to determine whether or not we've lived an excellent life. You can't worship God and money. Guys, take care.